So, society has perpetuated the notion. No, society has made you feel comfortable with losing your sexual energy, right? In ways this goes beyond chasing women for marriage or for procreation. You're chasing women for some sort of hit and validation towards your ego, or to or either use it to secrete some level of dopamine, right? Or both. So what do I mean by this? Like, you have people online who like their whole channel is based around chasing women and picking up women, and which I'm not against, but I'm just simply trying to make a point here. Their whole content is based around getting validation from women, because maybe there's a sense of security within that person, or they're doing it to feel better about themselves, right? Or they're doing it to get some sort of pleasure out of it, right? Like whether that's hooking up or setting it up in a way to where they have intercourse with the person that they're trying to pick up, right, in their videos or on their videos. So the point is that we're like perpetuating this like paradigm in society of chasing the opposite sex for pleasure or for dopamine, or to make ourselves feel better about ourselves because we're not very stable and we're not very grounded and secure inside. We're actually, as a matter of fact, we are insecure inside. So that's another reason why, I'm not saying that that's why we do it, because I don't deal in absolutes. I'm not a Sith. But I'm saying that this could be another reason, or a contributing reason as to why they do it. Now, I'm not against it. I'm just simply trying to bring awareness to it. It's obviously there for a reason, to play a part of a process, of a awakening process, right? Like, you need the lower things. You kind of need to be involved with the lower things so that some of the higher things within you can get kind of activated, or you can therefore be kind of involved with the lighter things, like the lighter things in life, right? But ultimately it's kind of a contraption or a mechanism that you're involved with, or you're engaged with, that's made for you to awaken something within yourself when you kind of engage in lower level things in this society or in this world, right? That have to do with the identity, that have to do with the ego, right? And the false sense of self. So that's ultimately what that is. And it's why it's so hard, because the reason why it's so hard also, or another reason why, one of the main factors as to why it's so hard is because this is intertwined with our human nature and our human biology, which can also play as our lower nature and lower biology, right? So the thing is that when I say that these things are intertwined, I'm saying that our human biology is designed, we're made by design to become motivated to seek the opposite sex for procreation or reproduction, right? So this is kind of the hardware that we're designed with, right? Like if you think of a computer, the hardware that it's contained, a computer, a PC, it has, it has memory, it has components in it that create a bigger working kind of cog or mechanism, right? Like you have the memory, you have the just certain parts of the hardware that make the PC, that allow the PC to function. It's the same deal with kind of our human biology and chemistry. Is we're like designed to do certain things and to play a certain role. So I wouldn't say necessarily that our lower nature is to I'm not saying that our lower nature is to reproduce, because I'm not one of those people who say don't have kids are a waste of time. Oh, don't have women, don't be with women because women are a waste of time. I'm not like saying any of that stuff. This isn't the channel for that. We're talking about higher things. At least we're trying to talk about higher things on this channel. But what I'm saying is you can't bypass our human nature when it comes to procreation and reproduction. Something we have to kind of work on transcending. We're not transcending the physical aspect of it. We're transcending the spiritual aspect of it, the higher level aspect of it, the aspect that is beyond the physical, of just simply meeting up. Okay, we're gonna go do this thing, and then I'm gonna feel like more confident, more like a man, and more secure, because I was insecure before, but now I need that little boost in security, which isn't real security anyway. So that's the thing, is we can't really bypass it physically. We have to transcend it on the highest level. Transcend it in a way where we gain a greater understanding of it with our awareness, with our understanding. And but we're not here to just simply pretend it doesn't exist, pretend it's not real, it's fake. It's not our main focus, because if it's kind of instilled within you, the information to go and seek a woman out, or even go and cold approach a woman, if that information or the coding is instilled within you to go do it, you're gonna go do it whether you pretend you don't want to do it or not. It doesn't really matter what you really think about it, how you feel, how you're trying to portray yourself, or how you're trying to behave. If you have the information with instilled within you to go seek your partner out, or go hook up with some person, or go make children, then you're gonna go do that regardless of what you think or what you feel or your emotions or your ideas and so forth. So when we're living in a society, so we have our human nature that's perpetuating the notion of like of chasing the opposite sex, or chasing women if you're a guy who likes to chase women, or whatever it is. You have that like code within you, right? The human code. It's like we have to conform to this human script of playing in this human body, right? We have to conform to the laws of this human body. You can pretend that you're so high level that you're pretending that this stuff doesn't exist, or it's not real, or you've transcended it. But as long as you're in this body to some degree or to some extent, you have to abide, or you have to conform to these kind of human bodily laws, right? Like, what are those laws? Well, the laws, when it comes to women menstruating and having menstruation cycles, or having a tank when you're on semen retention, and you have to worry about it because if it gets too high, or if it builds up, then it spills via wet dream or a relapse, or maybe when you use the restroom, whatever it is. So, or excitement. So, right, like we have to play by these human laws to some degree or to some extent, right? To some way, shape, or form. And the thing is, we have to already do that outside of society or in society. And then you have society that we play in that perpetuates, that furthers that notion, right, of chasing the opposite sex, or chasing women if you're a guy that chases women, whatever it is, or hooking up with people, or whatever that is, whatever form that takes, right? But it's really just you simply finding a way to release that sexual energy, to channel that sexual energy, because most people, they don't know anything else besides, okay, I'm gonna go masturbate, or I'm gonna go have sex, or I'm gonna go have sex with my girlfriend or my wife. That's all I know. I don't know anything else because that's what everybody else knows, right? But if you're somebody who watches this channel, you'll know that there's other ways, that are more kind of have more depth to it, right? That are more greater than just, I'm gonna go jerk off and I'm done, I'm going to bed, or I'm gonna go have sex with whoever I can have sex with, right? Like, it doesn't really matter. So society like perpetuates it further. They push it further, by making like porn more normalized, and like everybody does it, porn's normal, and everybody watches it, when there's like these very hypersexualized characters in video games or movies, and it just like invokes some sort of emotion within some people, not everybody, maybe most, where it like starts creating arousal, right? It starts activating their sexual kind of center, and it stimulates their nervous system, and you can feel like the sexual kind of energy once you have the thought, it goes down through the diaphragm, right? So like there were times in my past where like, okay, I'm thinking about something cool or something awesome, and then at least I think it's cool at the time, and then I'm feeling like I feel like the sexual energy go down, right? It goes through my diaphragm, through my core, through my and there have been times in the past where I've like tried to hold my breath so it doesn't go all the way down and then fill up my sexual tank or whatever you want to call it. You know, or your balls. Whatever it is. But you can feel it, like it like tingles, like, you know, it like tingles as it's going down, you know, through your diaphragm. And like I've tried to hold my breath. Don't go down, don't go down, don't, and then it goes down. It's funny, I like hold my breath, I stop, I'm like, don't go down. And then I just, and then it just goes down. And then my tank rises, right? It fills or whatever. So this is the deal. Like, you can't like bypass it, but you can become aware of it slowly with time, and you can make the necessary steps to change your consciousness in a way to where you feel that you look at it a different way. Like you feel like you can see it in a different light, you can see it in a different way now because you've made the necessary steps, you've taken the necessary steps and made choices to shift your consciousness or to help shift your consciousness through, you know, good lifestyle habits, or just trying your hardest and your best to become more aware of it and conscious of it, because you've been unconscious of it for so long. You've been put under the spell to be so unconscious of it, to where you're trying to be more conscious of it. You're trying to change that and become more aware of it, right? Through not looking at porn, through not looking at that site, or looking at that sexy anime character, you know, or whatever it is that kind of starts getting you to kind of unravel yourself in a way where you're just you're getting worked basically by these developers and these directors who are like, we're gonna make these sexy anime girls, or like this protagonist is gonna show all this cleavage, and you, the viewer, when you're watching these movies or these games, it just kind of starts, it can like invoke something in you, and then you're like, okay, what do I do next? And then you go to the next thing. It's like a domino effect. So what is the next thing? Okay, well, I'm gonna go and maybe go on the Pornhub again. Which is just kind of funny. I've never really been into it. Even when I was younger, it always like it kind of made me feel weird. And it's just like when I was little, it just made me feel uncomfortable in a way, like, this is weird, I don't really need this. But like it felt out of place, right? But maybe you want to reach a place where it starts to feel more out of place rather than it being in place, and you feel comfortable with it, and you feel more like it feels normal. It feels like it's normalized in your life, because maybe you feel like it's normalized in your environment, in society around you. So I think that was everything that I had to say about this video. I wanted to conclude the video, or finish it off, by saying that it's not easy to protect your sexual energy. It's probably one of the hardest things you can do on this planet, or on this plane. It's the most difficult thing, because the sexual energy is so potent, right? And we're so driven by our sexual human nature that we just do all these things without thinking or realizing anything. And we're like on autopilot the whole time, and that's another reason why this whole population is here, because the sexual instinct and our sexual nature has to play part of that. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here, or less of us would be here in the first place. So, the best thing you can do is to try and create a space for yourself to become more aware of it, and to start making little adjustments and little changes in your lifestyle and in your lifestyle habits to try and create awareness for yourself, to increase the awareness that you already have about these certain subjects or certain topics. And there's no like special way to necessarily do it other than realizing it and looking at it for what it is. And the only way you can really do that is if you spend enough time doing that. So, but you have to find what way works for you. If that's meditation, okay, cool. If that works for you, if maybe making videos about it works for you, then you can do that, or writing in a journal, or talking to trusted friends and good people and good company about it, or making music about it, because that's a good way to start creating that awareness for yourself. If you know, and if there's already awareness there, then maybe you have a head start.